how old do you have to be? Like, seriously. Oh, shit. Oh! So you may think this is like some misleading ass title, but it's not. Let me go ahead and get into the story. So I'm just chilling at work, like I do, you know. I'm sitting behind the front desk, and on Saturdays I work with this girl named Sarah. And I only work with her on Saturdays. She only works Saturdays, so I work with her in the mornings. And I'm just sitting there, and we're just sitting there talking, you know. And the lifeguard comes in the front desk, and then she's like, this guy won't get out of the pool, and we told him he has to leave because there's a like this healthy kids like dance class, or not dance class, rather swim class. And I'm like, well, how much space is he taking up? You know, there's not many people there. They're like, yeah, we can't do it if he's in there swimming. So I checked the schedule, and their class isn't on the schedule, but I know that it's their class. So I'm like, it's gonna be kind of hard to tell this dude to get out, you know, because his class that he's taking currently, it's just open swim, so he's swimming laps, is on the schedule. So he's gonna be like, well, it's not on the schedule, so why would it be on the schedule if that's not the class that was taking place at that moment? So I go up in there, and I'm like, hey buddy, I was like, you don't have to get out this second. I was like, but when the kids start getting, because we're talking about little kids, I was like, you're gonna have to get out because they have to, you know, learn how to swim, because they were being taught how to swim. And then his initial response, and we're talking about an absolute unit, by the way. This was a pretty big boy. He's like, that's BS, buddy. That's what he said off the rip. And then I was like, you know, it's not my fault. I was like, I don't make the schedules. I just have to enforce or reinforce, you know, what classes are being taken, whether they're on the schedule or not. So I'm like, you don't have to get out of the water now. And then he starts yelling. So I'm like, all right, fuck this. And I tell him, all right, you got to get out of the water now. Because I was like, there's little kids here. I was like, you can't yell in front of kids. I was like, I don't care how mad you are. You can't, you know, get all hot-headed and, you know. I don't know, dude. It was fucking annoying. So I'm like, you got to get out of the pool now. So he gets out of the pool now. And he gets out on the other side of the pool. So now I'm on one side, and I'm yelling at him from the other side, and he's yelling back. So I end up going back to the front desk after he goes into the locker room. And when I go to the front desk, I sit there for about 5 minutes, you know, thinking about what the fuck just happened. And there's a bunch of little kids in the lobby. So I'm like, well, I can't have Mr. Hothead, Mr. Dumbass come out here while there's a bunch of little kids. So I walk back into the locker rooms to set the fucking record straight, because I still got more shit to say. I walked back there, I was like, dude, you can't act like that in front of kids, dude. I was like, I'm sorry that, you know, your class is... By the way, he could have stayed in there for 10 more minutes, and his class would have been over in 10 minutes, by the way. But, you know, you can't deal with these fucking immature idiots who get... They, like, I don't know, dude. Like, to get that mad over 10 minutes of swim is just incredibly... like, it's weird to me. I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm rational and I'm not a dumbass, but... I tell him that, and then as soon as I see him in the locker room, he's like, don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. So I I laugh just like that. I was like, you don't want to talk to me? And I'm like, dude, you can't go and scream in front of kids. And I was like, telling him, I was like, dude, you have to act your age. I was like, when you signed the contract to become a member at the Y, you signed and initialed a part that says you have to follow the code of conduct, and you're not following it. So I can throw you out at any point that I wanted to. So I'm following him back to the lobby because I'm not done talking. And then he's like, well, you're wrong, buddy. You're wrong, buddy. So I walk into the lobby, and he's talking to Sarah, right? Basically trying to push her around. He's like, get your boss on the phone. And he doesn't want to talk to me. So I walk in, and she's calling my boss. And I'm like, hell no. I tell her to hang that up. And I get my boss's phone number. I write it down on a sticky note. I'm like, no, you can call him. I was like, you don't get to shout in front of kids. You don't get to say you don't want to talk to me and then come in here and try to push us around. I was like, here, you call this number, and if you want to act like an adult, you can call him and get that chip off your shoulder. And then he was like, no, you're going to call him. I was like, when cooler heads prevail, if you want to cool off, and then I'll call him. So about 5 minutes pass, and then he comes back in, he's like, all right, call him. So I get my boss on the phone. And I'm talking to him. I was like, you know, explaining the situation. I'm like, this dude, you know, he's mad that, you know, his class got canceled, or canceled, I guess. I don't know if it got canceled. I know it's bullshit that I went in there and I told him to get out of class even though it was on a schedule, and I understand that. So that's what I was saying. I was like, you know, he's rightfully mad. I understand that. And I just, on my boss, I was like, but he's right in front of me, by the way, or he's like a couple feet to the left on the other side of the desk. I was like, you know, I see why he's mad, but he's acting so immature. I don't understand why he's this mad. So, like, how many times can I get hit in a single game? Like, look at this shit. It's so annoying, dude. Like, everyone knows. Why are they on that side of the map? That's aggravating as hell. But I'm saying stuff like that, and then he's like, I don't want to hear this conversation. I was like, put me on the phone with your boss. While I'm on the phone with my boss, so I make that kind of face right there, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? I didn't say that, but in my mind I was thinking that. I made that face because I was like, he's still being an asshole. And the thing is, he's being an asshole to me. He wasn't being an asshole to Sarah. He's being an asshole to me because he's mad. He's mad because I'm the alpha male and I tell him what to do. He could not handle that. He was taking orders from me. I wasn't taking orders from a soul. He's mad because I was smaller than him and he was taking orders from me. So betas, they take orders from alphas. Alphas don't take orders from beta males. And that's what he was mad about. I was the alpha and he was the beta and he couldn't fucking handle that. No matter how big he was. So he's mad about that. And my boss tells me that was the last week of like the swim lessons for kids. And I put him on the phone with my boss, and then he's so nice to my boss. Oh my god, that was almost quad feet. He was literally so nice to my boss. And then I'm like, well, what the fuck is this? Like, why are you so nice to him? As he's walking out, I'm like, did you hear him say that this is the last swim week for the kids? And he's like, don't talk to me. And he just walks out without saying a word. I was like, how old do you have to be? Like, seriously. Oh, shit. Oh! I am the one whose son don't need a gun to get respect up on the streets. That's what's up. I just popped that quad feed out in this little video. I'm happy about that. Even though every single one of my solid quad feeds are in that spot, so that's a bit annoying. But I'm still happy about that. But yeah, I mean, that basically happened. And like throughout the entire thing, he was threatening to like, you know, put his hands on me, which, dude, for one, I mean, let's be real, he probably could have done something. I mean, the dude was a lot bigger than me. But for one, we have, you know, I swear I had it fucking planned out. We have a bat behind the front desk. If he were gonna try to do something, I was knocking his kneecap out of his leg, and I was breaking his arm on the floor. And he was never swimming a lap a day in his life. That was almost a 5-on. So I had that shit planned out, but thankfully he never did anything. And I don't know who would over 10 minutes a lap swim, whether it was justified or unjustified. I mean, I don't know, dude. I really hate people sometimes. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, that little story, the crazy story. It put me in a bad mood for, like, all of yesterday. It was so annoying how people act so stupid over the dumbest things. But, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all later. Peace.